Alright, so what we have here is a yard that I don't feel like mowing right now. And we also have my helmet with the camera on the side. So what I've done is I've changed a couple things on this. I went on the inside of this box and basically rewired it just a hair, because for some reason I got stupid and I had 3 wires coming out. I only need 2. So instead of having another wire going in to that and then merging and connecting to the plate, the hot plate, I decided just to have 2. This has worked out really well. You can see I've marked it with 200 and 220, which was just, real quick marks. Right now I've got it like all the way up on high, and you can actually hear it click right there. And I can barely see that light come on. It's hard to see in the sun. So if I did anything, I'd probably get a brighter LED. But that was the one that came with the hot plate. So, but yeah, it's on high. It's heating up right now. I've got a thermometer up here, just an analog one that I just started it up, so it's 150. I've connected this thermometer, which just goes in and measures the air, which is reading about 180. So you can see this is more accurate than this, but it'll get you close if you had to come out here and just eyeball it really quick. Alright, and if we take it open, you can see this is just an empty on the top side. Nothing special about it. I built the handle to be sturdy. It's just a bolt, lag bolt, whatever, cut to size, and eye hooks and everything. So that was really easy to do. I drilled into it. Just be careful when you're drilling; it can break this real easy. So I've got a cast iron skillet. I think it's about like a 8-inch, if I'm correct. Cast iron skillet. I took the handle off of it, ground it off. This is where I'll put my wood chunks, the soaked wood chunks that will be turned into smoke, obviously, because they're on the hot plate. So this is the hottest area of this. In the future, I might raise this just a hair, so where it does get heat, but not direct heat. It's more of a radiant heat from the burner right below it, but I'm not sure of how high I would want to raise it. As far as the rack, this is the rack that goes inside. It's basically a stainless steel rack and then a standard like grill grate that goes below it. And what I did was I took kind of the same premise of the handle, just took a bolt through it with some spacers, and it's got nuts right here so it can sandwich on each side and provide a place. What this does is when it goes in, this drops down, so this is even almost with my top. This is where the meat will go. Just underneath it, I'll have a collection pan, like aluminum foil or one of those aluminum baking like pie tins. Basically, works really well down there because you can squeeze in between these bolts and then pull it back open, and it catches a lot of the meat, a lot of the juices, so it doesn't go on my burner and doesn't smoke like crazy because of the fat. So, and then what I'll also do, this is what I use for ribs when I'm doing ribs in there. The rib will just go across like this, and my ribs will stick in here. I can basically do 3 whole racks. I know it's got 4 slots, but I end up having to cut like 2 or 3 ribs off and put them in the last one off of each of the ones. So I got 3, almost full racks, and then the 3 pieces of those 3 racks. So it works out really good. If I probably could do a little bit more space to get 4 full racks, but it works for me. So I'm going to cover this up and let it warm up. It doesn't take too long. From having it open that long, I'll have to see how much heat I took open. But this will be my thermometer for the meat itself. I'm going to get a dual thermometer that I can stick in the meat and stick in the air. That way I can just stay on top of that. So what I've got here is a spice mix I picked up while we were in Seattle, when we were on a trip up there. I've got my deer roast, which should be done in the oven. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke it first, and then I'm going to throw it in the oven to finish it off. So I just want to get a really good smoke on this. And I wrote on here, apparently it's a 1 pound, 13 ounce. So it's a pretty big size. I'm going to put it on here, dry it off, throw some seasonings on it, and let it sit while that's warming up. So. So I'm here inside. I've just prepared my meat. I've thrown the spice rub on it, let it soak in a little bit, let it just kind of sit there. It will kind of seep through in some areas. They won't look as dry. Like this looks dry right here. That's good. This right here looks a little bit more wet, so I'll end up throwing more seasoning on that. From the inside here, though, I can see my current temperature outside. You want to shoot for around 250, 225 is what some people do as well. 300 is just kind of like my warning area. But yeah, see, it's still heating up. So as soon as I walk out there, though, it'll dump down. So I'll be going out there in just a few minutes and put this in. So right here I've got just my wood chunks that I'm going to be doing. I like to get the bigger chunks. There are a couple small ones in here that I don't really care about, but these bigger chunks are good for that. They last a lot longer. You don't have to keep changing them out every couple minutes. But they're just in here soaking, so they'll be ready whenever we start. Got my meat out here, got my temperature, it says 262. I've got tongs to help lift that grate in there, yeah, I'll just go ahead and put this in. So I'll go ahead and slip this down and in, that way I can get to it real easy when I get in there. And you don't want to do this too soon before, because it'll be pretty hot when you do. What I'll do is lift this up. So you're laying right there on top. Alright. So let's get this first. There's that. I forgot my catch pan. I'm sorry, I forgot my catch pan. It's kind of important. Like I said, you don't want all the stuff falling up and in. So what I'll do is I'll put it in this way, just kind of bend it, and without burning myself. That'll work. That'll catch the majority just so it doesn't fall on that. I don't care if anything gets around here. I just don't want it falling directly on my piece right there. So, and then I'll take this. So the wire's sticking out right there, so. Okay, so there's that. And like I said, it drops down pretty quick. 160 because I was off for that long. But I've still got it on high until this all gets heated up. Gotta remember, this right here has to get heated up as well. And it keeps that heat. Alright, so I just washed my hands. I'm going to go ahead and hook this up. So again, this is just a second thermometer to try to read this. Take me a second just to get it up and running. I'm going to treat this like it's beef even though it's deer. So the 160 temperature is fine. I'm going to get close to that. Makes me wonder. Alright, fine. Anyway, so just hook this up. Stick this in. Let me hook up my transmitter. Okay. And again, I'm up on 221 already. I can already smell it. I can see trace amounts of smoke, which you can't probably see on the camera yet. But I'm going to go ahead and knock this down. Because I know that's going to get to speed real quick. So I'm just going to watch this over the next 10 minutes and see how fast it heats back up and try to keep this below 250. So as you can see, I've kept it, like I said, below 250. I just want to check it really quick and show you. You can see the smoke coming out of this right here. That's all it's doing. On the inside, the meat's 140. So it's happening pretty quick. I'll probably go down on the temperature. But you can see the nice smoke coming through. Okay. Yeah, it's later in the day, and what I did is, since this thermometer was actually reading too high, it was making the meat look like it was a lot, more done than it was. Was untrue. It said it was like 180 or whatever, 160, and the outside was actually easy to touch. So I put this one in instead, and this one's been a whole lot more accurate. This has been my favorite thermometer anyway. Just something I found at like Lowe's, I think. But 154 currently. So I'll set this down, and you'll see. So yeah, I laid some bacon across it just to get some fat going. Forgot to do this early on. Had some bacon in the freezer, so it's already cut up. So just grab this, ready to go. And as you can see, the one's still in. I'm gonna leave this in because if you take these out, it's just a place where it can leak out. So there's no sense in doing that. It's still hot. I can feel it's pretty good in there. Like I said, it's 155 on the inside of the meat. I guess this is right around 200 probably, because it doesn't feel like it's extremely hot. Just so you can see where the stuff is. There's my bricks that we're smoking, and yeah, it's not really hot because they're not even charcoaled right now. So sometimes they'll charcoal up like that. And I tried to stack them so they wouldn't do it as easy. So yeah, I'll probably be moving this to the oven. It's starting to get dark out here, but yeah, this will go for a couple more hours in the oven and be delicious. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching.